All right, what's going on, folks? Chris here, Better Investing. Happy Wednesday, I believe, right? Happy Wednesday. Today is December the 3rd, 2025. Let's get right into it. Let's just talk about the market. Let me just go ahead and do this. I don't think I got too much open. Let me see if I could force quit some stuff. I don't want to have any issues here. I got a 2020 MacBook, and this thing could get a little nasty sometimes. All right, think we're good. Think we're good. All right, perfect. All right, so let's just start off again with some of our major indices. Just take a look at some stuff. Um, Market looking at SPY up 0.35 percentage points on the day. This kind of just digesting this move from over the holiday break, right? Just kind of trading sideways. And it was funny because there was a headline that came out like right at 9 o'clock about it said some shit about Microsoft. Yes, my boy, I see it. Yeah, I'm still in path, man. I'm not selling this shit. Like I'm not taking any profit until I get to $20, and then it's just a free investment after that. Um, it's just a good stock. I think it's a good stock at a good price. If you're still looking for something that's undervalued, UiPath fits into that category, and it fits into the theme of the market. Robotics, AI. It intertwines with both. Like it really does. But yeah, but the market, just trading sideways here. There's nothing wrong with this. But what I was saying was that at like 9 o'clock, some stupid ass news came out that what was it? It was something about like Microsoft told their sales team like they're lowering their AI sell growth expectations. It was something like that. And what I was saying is like this sounds fucking stupid because the issue with that is like what business segment are we talking about for Microsoft just to sell off like that? Like it wasn't just that Microsoft sold off. It was like Spy and QQQ as well. And I'm like, I just thought to myself, this doesn't even sound right because like, for you to digest that information, then you have to identify well, what specific category, what business segment are we talking about? Are we talking about Azure? Are we talking about Copilot? Like, what exactly are we talking about when you say that like they're AI products? Like, where exactly? And the market kind of got brought up, and that kind of led to somewhat of a leg higher. Like if you look at the hourly chart on both SPY and QQQ, we kind of had that dump and we recovered that into the end of the day. And again, I don't think that we're far from all time highs. I mean, let's just be honest with yourself. I mean, we can be here before the end of the fucking week. I mean, we're only a percentage away. We're $6 away from all time highs, and that's why I mentioned that like this right here, this move back over here to get the all time highs, took 2 weeks, right? 10 trading sessions, or yeah, right. And right now we're 7 days in. By Friday next month, we can easily beat her very, very, very fast. The only problem is like this move up that we had, here, this move that we had here, it was a tough environment. Not a lot of good setups. Like I have like a little, what was it? I have a little saying, or I forgot what I was saying. Like market about to go to all time highs, and setups look like shit. Market about to go to all time highs, and setups look like shit. I don't know. I'm just bullshitting, but yeah, there's not really a lot of setups there. Overall in the market that like it's a lot of bounce setups, but like if you're using moving averages, like we're definitely trading below them, and those are the ones that it's really hard to stay in those because you're going to, it's kind of like a counter trend type of trade, I think. So yeah, that's SPY. We go look at QQQ real fast. Want to say something similar inside day. Two inside days right here. Again, we're not too far for all time highs. We do have this bearish gap that's kind of still in control on this. We are a little bit farther away from the all time highs here. I want to say. See here, you're about 2%, away from all time highs, but we can easily get there. We could easily get there. But again, it's not much to say. Just inside days for the most part. I wouldn't mind it trading sideways, letting these MAs catch up, and maybe there's some better setups along the way as well. IWM again looks healthy, not too far from all-time highs. This is a pretty big move today, right? Kind of just break these highs from yesterday, and you got that continuation, right? Kind of a, wouldn't say a three red bar uh, pullback, but you could do have a three bar reversal here. It breaks the highs, it goes. Your stop is the low. That looks good. Go check out gold. Uh, Again, gold looks really fucking good. Go check out Dow Jones. This is industrials, looks good, and we go check out transportations. Transportations looks really really good as well. Getting back up into these all-time highs, probably. Outside of that, we can go look at Bitcoin. I did mention about Bitcoin, like seeing that reversal yesterday. Kind of how we holding here, right? Kind of invalidated that little bear flag. We did kind of get we kind of back into the lows, but we put in a higher low. Then we broke that candle high. We got some more continuation. There's a lot of spots this could continue to roll over. You do have to keep that in mind. All right, we can roll over anywhere in this pocket here, and you'll still have that sequence of you have a high, a lower high, a lower high, and anywhere in here it can still commence another lower high, which will still line up with this downtrend, right? So not fully out the woodworks in terms of this trend structure. It is to the downside if you're looking at it from a moving average perspective, but it does look better. Tesla, man, I really wanted this damn Tesla to hold up just 2 more days, before it kind of got this move. It almost tapped that 450, that pocket that I was talking about. I just wanted to see another 2 more days of it getting tight here. Again, I played it short. I just recognizing price action. I played it pretty much like in this pocket right here. Like this 430, I saw the weakness. Then yesterday, I saw it hold up here at the EMA 9 and EMA 20, right? Kind of pierced through and tapped both. And really, what I wanted to see on Tesla, unfortunately, we didn't get it today. I wanted to see something like that, where it flags out a little bit, and then come Friday, those 440, those 445, those 450, zero DTE buy callers, those motherfuckers are coming. And, that's where you get that big rally up, to blast through that little zone that I was talking about. And like I mentioned, what will happen is, you can easily see us kind of pull back into this spot and then back up in here, right? And that's kind of like where we're at now. So, I feel like this is day one of the move through 450. This can get back above here really, really fast. And that's the thing, the story can change on the stock really, really fast. And I was kind of bullish around it right here, looking at this trend, and I said, well, let's see what happens up here into this 50, right? Knowing that the 50 can be a little iffy, that this is a gap, right? A little gap fill spot, right? And it was a little tricky up in here. It's a little tricky up here, and this candle probably knocked out some people, definitely considering that we gave back, pretty much the beginning of the week gains that we had, right? Kind of knocked those buyers out, or those people that were still alone, they might got a little nervous, and then you got that pop. So, but yeah, overall, honestly, you're looking at some of your mag stocks that's out there. Still not the best looking setups out there. Honestly, let's just be honest. Looking at the moving averages, not the best. The best one out there is this is this Apple, right? Not too much of a continuation so far, but you kind of see what I was talking about. And I definitely mentioned that little flag you had on the daily, which you could probably see a little bit better on the hourly. Again, I think Amazon's one of the hardest trades out there. I put Amazon in the same bucket of like Microsoft. It's just from a trend following moving average trading perspective, it's just not. This is like the cleanest trend you ever got, but didn't get much out there. CAMT, I got you. I'll check that out after I get done this. I did speak about this Netflix. I did say like this was a bear flag yesterday, and I said I don't. I used to give a shit if it's a red candle, green candle, just break the fucking candles low. It does break the candles low. Only problem is it kind of opens up below it, so it's really hard to see like where would you put your stop at. Again, I'm more of an intraday trader. Honestly, I don't really see an opportunity for me to really get short on this. Yeah, it just literally sold off from from the beginning. Like unless you were just one of those like you seen a daily setup, you want to give it like a 2 hour stop. Maybe you can buy like 25, 50 shares, 100 shares, $200. You know, the risk reward was definitely worth it once that kind of played out. Um, you bag holding Netflix from where? Yeah, I mean you kind of seen this little topping pattern, like this little. It was just not. It wasn't the best action up here. Um, probably see a little bit better on the weekly. Right, you kind of see like this right here, like it's. I mean, I would say this: you do have this in your defense. You do have this longer term trend line. Um, let's do this. Right, since this like this move up, since it kind of came back and retested the 50-week moving average. This trend is somewhat intact. I think right now I probably played around with it. It don't really have a clean trend line. It kind of undercuts this one a little bit. Um, but yeah, I mean, everything is sloping down and it's below the 50 week moving average. It gets below this 50 week and it stays below this 50 week. That's when things can get a little bad, right? You kind of see it here. It stays below the 50 week. Shit can get bad. I mean, just go back and look at the stock and see how like all right when it gets below the 50, what happens to it. If it stays below the 50, right, you start to see deeper pullbacks, right? This is about right 2 weeks below closing below the 50, you get deeper pullbacks on it, right? I'm all the way back into 2018. I'm not even gonna go too far back, but you can kind of understand how the stock behaves, and right now I think we're working on almost 3 weeks below the 50. I mean this could pull back to $80 easily, $80, $90 easily, um, but yeah. What's the start? You said CAMT. Never heard of this. CAMT. What is CAMT? CAMT. Um, CAMT. What is this? I mean, this is a nice weekly chart. You got your higher highs and higher lows going. Um, yeah, I mean, this looks like a pretty good stock. I mean, hell came back. You see, kind of held back, came back, held the 50 weeks. So I'm looking at the weekly. I mean, the weekly looks good. Electronic components, inverse head and shoulders. But down here, I guess I can see that. I don't really play head and shoulders a lot. But if you're gonna play head and shoulders, it's best to find it like on a daily or a weekly chart. I don't really care about it on an hourly chart or anything like that. Yeah, I mean this looks good. I mean it's up a little bit too much for me to want to play it. I mean it trades only 500K in volume, so I mean I'm pretty sure like you look at aftermarkets, like if I pull up the aftermarkets, look at the spread on this bitch. Right, look at the spread aftermarket. All right, this doesn't really trade a lot. Right? This is a 5 minute chart and it's almost looks like Morse code almost. Like if you go to a 1 minute chart, I'm pretty sure it looks like Morse code, right? You see how it doesn't really have a lot of liquidity, and like look at the bid and ask spread, right? 105 to 119. It's kind of hard for me to really get involved in a stock like that when it just doesn't really have a lot of liquidity. But like if you are looking for entry, you look for pullbacks. I mean that's where I found helpful, looking for pullbacks, looking for areas where I can really risk off of. For something like this, maybe you want to kind of see this, flag out a little bit. Like, maybe it does something, maybe it does something like this where it flags out, right? And then you have those moving average come up and catch it. But like I said, it doesn't really trade a lot of. It's just not a lot of liquidity here, on how it moves. But it's a good chart. I mean, it's a good chart, honestly. Has this little cup pattern too. Like that's what I really see. Kind of see like this little cup forming here, right? You kind of have your cup form right here. Right now, you just want to kind of see how it's going to handle out. Is it going to handle out this way, or is it going to do something like, maybe it handles out, sideways. Right? That's the two things you want to look for. I'm not really looking for it to play breakouts on a stock like that, because you're going to have people that's going to be selling it. And then like where you pitch your stop at, I really don't know. All right, but yeah, that's that chart here. Honestly, don't really have a lot. I cut this yesterday. I wasn't mad at how the reason why I cut it because I mean that was just a nasty candle, but I got stopped out even before. I did take some profit up into this 430 location. Yesterday, then I left my stop at break even. I got caught. My technical stop on this was below the EMA. What's this? I keep fucking these up. I think this is the EMA 9. That was my technical stop. I mean, and then we kind of pierced through that. I mean, it's up 12% today. I'll look for this again, but I again, it's one of those things I don't want to buy this. I mean, even though this is maybe like a day one part of the move, I think. Maybe day two for a day trade, but if you're looking for more like swing trade type thing, you want to kind of see it pull back. But yeah, man, I don't think there's much. I know I was looking at. Let me go check out Rigetti. It's trading sideways. Trading sideways. I'm gonna put a alert up here. So how? Cause right now we're kind of like just trading sideways. This could be one of those situations where you can short the top, buy the bottom, type of thing. What else is out there? Oh, this LPTH, you know, I mentioned this as a day two continuation above these highs right here. You kind of got that today. You know, if you're in, I mean, you could have possibly be swinging this, right? You do have a little bit of cushion. Definitely get that day two continuation. Outside of that, I mean, overall, that basket doesn't look the healthiest, right? I mean, not too many stocks were moving along with it. I would like to see that entire basket move. That one really didn't. What else is out here? UMAC. So a lot of the robotic stocks had kind of got a bid today. Some news that came out. And this is why you cut your shorts. I cut this yesterday. It's still not bad. This thing can handle out, and that can be another flag. This JFrog, man, this thing looks good for maybe an opportunity tomorrow, I think. Right through, damn, it's about to break it in after hours. I kind of like this breakout on this. Only thing is, like, when you take a breakout right here, you know, technically it doesn't really invalidate into maybe, like, it breaks the prior day lows or, you know, this pivot right here low. You know, but opportunity up to here, like, if we could open up somewhere here and then break, I would love that with a risk of low day. But this looks really good. This looks really good. I like that. Bristol Myers, BMY. BMY, come on, BMY. Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. Like, I don't ever use these green lines no more. Like, the last time I used like a green support line, like I would change it to green, was like fucking 2022. So that tells you how long it's been since I looked at this stock. But it looked like it came back into some area that I had marked out. Yeah, right here. Looked like it came back into this area right here from 2019 and kind of held. I do not really see a setup on it. Honestly, I don't really see a setup on it. I don't really see anything on it. Really, it's at the bottom of a range, right? It's not trending up. It's not trending down. It's just trending sideways from 40 to 50, or no, from 80. I'm sorry, from 80 to 50, I guess. Weekly. I mean, it's a back. I mean, it is crawling, right? You do have this weekly crossover, right? You kind of see we got a weekly crossover right here, but you needed to flag out, like look for this. Like you wanted, like you see it across over there, like look for that. Right? You kind of see that flag right there, right into the movement averages. Right? Now that you have that crossover, as it gets back above here, you know, you look for that same pattern, and this rinse and repeat, right? Rinse and repeat. You can kind of like that's what gives you confidence in some the trades you take, and then it also gives you a clear depiction on where a trade invalidates at. You're not really second guessing where to cut it at. But honestly, man, there's still not a lot of great setups on. There's bounce trades, you can take. Like I traded PTSG today. It was just an intraday trade. What is it? PSTG. This is Pure Storage. I traded this today, and I cut it really really fast, but I made some money on it, and I took 2 tries on it. Um, right down in here is where I took it at. This was the gap fill area from last earnings from 825. Um, and I like the undercut of it, and I got in around like 60, 68.95, and I had 200 shares, right? And again, the way I trade, I'm on a lower time frame than a lot of people. A lot of people say, oh, I don't like to trade on the 1 minute, I don't like to trade on the 5 minute. I don't give a fuck what you trade on. Like, what matters is your risk management first. Like, you can trade on a fucking daily chart and still get fucking smoked if you don't properly manage your risk. But I got in like I want to say it was right on like this candle here, like this candle here, and I was really just like giving it the candles like this candle's low. So I was only risking like 20 cents, and I caught pretty much like this entire move. Yeah, I took some off as we broke above 630, and I took some off at 696. I mean 69.70, and then some up off closer to 7. I don't know if I got filled exactly at 70 because I market ordered out. So it might have got me at like 69.89 or some shit. Then once it broke back below this, I just got out. Right. Again, thinking of it from a higher time frame, it's the same strategy, right? In turn, well, I wouldn't say same strategy in terms of like where I want to exit at. Right? I'm in this trend, right, and I see it holding this trend. It breaks the trend, I'm out. Right. Just staying there. How long you like? You never. And that's another thing. You never know when you're gonna have a P&L day. If you go into the day hoping that you're gonna have a P&L day, you're probably gonna have a drawdown. You just stay in the stock as long as it allows you to stay in a stock from a technical perspective. Now, that's just looking at a 1 minute chart, But I'm just saying, again, for me, I like the undercut of it, and the reason why I like the 1 minute chart, a little bit lately, is because you can kind of really see where some of that volume comes in at. Let me see if I can kind of draw this out. You kind of see where some of that volume was coming in at down here, right? Even from like the earlier session. All right, we're back into like it's just right. You start to get a lot of more. You probably can't tell, but like from this earlier session, once we cut there, you start to get a little reactions down here. I don't know. I thought it was a nice little bounce trade. The stock was down like fucking 25% today, and they didn't have bad earnings. And honestly, I think this is a long-term stock. I would love to buy maybe like $40, $50 if I'll starting at. But yeah, again, I was a day trader. Again, I'm a day trader. I don't really. Only time I really look to swing something is if it started off as a day trade, and I have cushion to swing it, and then it can turn into a swing trade. Do I ever look at level two? Level two is up for me, but I don't really look at it. I would check at it. Sometimes you'll see the flashes on it, like when it's like turning green or green and green. Like I will look at that. Definitely if it's coming in, like if that ticket, if that level two is kind of flashing at like an ideal location. So like say right here, like if it's flashing right here green, and you're starting to see a lot of people just sit here and slap the ask on it, right? That's what the green implies on level two. Right, I would look at it, but it's not something that I use for confirmation. It's not, honestly, I don't really use it a lot, honestly. But you might can use it to kind of get an idea. I never really found it helpful. For me, it's price action, volume, and moving averages and VWAP. That's all I really use going forward. But this could be a nice little, again, one of those mean reversion trades, right? Where something just does something like maybe was it Coinbase that did it. Yeah, Coinbase might have done it. Where's that gap, right? Came back here into this gap spot, right? And now, from a moving average perspective, you wouldn't want to play this, but from a bounce perspective, yeah, right? Pulls back into an ideal location, pulls back into this gap fill spot, right? Hammers out almost, right? So, like, if you go to PSTG, right? PSTG, right? I might look at this tomorrow, and I might look at an hourly play. All right, I might look at like, let's see what can happen here tomorrow. Like if we start to hammer off on an hourly, right? Right, say if tomorrow we do something like we kind of like really get brought up off the hourly on the hair on a candle. I might take another trade off of that. Definitely if the hourly is forming well, I might take another trade off of that and risk the low, right? Like say if it was in an hourly chart, like say if it was doing something like this, right? It's getting brought up, right? And I see that on the hourly chart. I don't have to look at a fucking hourly chart to know what the hourly chart probably looks like. I can look at a 5 minute chart, right? I can put together those candles and understand like, well, if the hourly looks like this, I already know what the 5 minute probably looks like, and I would just risk that low, right? And I'll properly manage, right? I probably won't buy 200 shares and risk $2 on it, right? I wouldn't do that. I'll probably buy 50 shares and risk $2 or something like that. Um, but yeah, I mean, this could easily, be a nice little bounce trade, right? This is a nasty sell off, and you can probably, get some dip buyers and some people that were short or who got short today start to cover up. So, but yeah, man. Again, not again. There's not really a lot of great looking charts out there, and if there are, I ask you to point me to them. Because like this is my master watch list, and I can just go through my master watch list and say to myself, yeah, there's some hot charts here. Honestly, it's just a bunch of bounce trades right now. And if you're not ready to play those type of bounce trades, you gotta look out. MBR. I don't know where you be finding these tickers at, my boy. You be having shit I never even heard of, and I know a lot of stocks. Yeah, I mean your buy was today. Yeah, your buy was today. This trades. Again, it's a small ticker. I mean, it only trades 300,000 on average. Um, Again, look at the spread up here. You can see my chart. Um, right right now aftermarket it's a $4 spread. Right, so like if some shit ever hit the fan aftermarket, you got to take a $4 hit just off of that. But no, I can see the swing trade idea right here. I mean, again, it's really about just telling the story, right? Like, tell the story of the chart, right? Oh, this thing has bottomed out, right? Traded sideways, and you have a trend. You have a trend upward, right? You can kind of see that trend right here, right? I'm not gonna make it as perfect, but you can see that trend, and then you can see, well, what has it done in the past, right? It did pull back here, right into the 50, and it did hell, and it did eventually go higher. And then you have this move right here, and it holds at the 50, and then you get these two inside days right here, and that's your trade right over that high. 51.49 is your trade. Your stop is that candle's low or EMA 9, right? So if you would take the trade like this, right? If I pull up this right here, say if you get long right here, right? Say if you got a little bit of slippage, then your stop is low of day. Your stop is low of day. Your target is where your previous highs. This pocket right here. That's your target, right? But it's really about where you buy, right? You buy this break right here on this inside day, right? Seeing that you have this moving average crossover. I don't know what happened on Tuesday, but I would have probably looked up to see if was there any news on this that came out on Tuesday. Maybe there was some news that came out. And then you get that type of move, right? And then your risk to reward is right back into these highs, right? And it's a 2.71 risk to reward. So you can buy 100 shares and risk $128 to capture $347, or you can buy 1,000 shares and risk $1,000 and capture $3,000, right? It's all up to your account size and your position size. But yeah, I think that was a nice looking chart. Again, I don't know how it trades. I don't know how it trades during the session in terms of what the bid versus ask look like. I think that's the only thing that would kind of spook me out a little bit about really taking a big size in this, is because you could get that slippage on it, but that's a nice looking chart. That's a nice play, man. I hope you did get in on that. That's a nice play. That's a nice little bearish to bullish reversal type of look, right? Moving average crossover, reclaim the 50-week moving average, right? Think about it. Hasn't been trading above the 50-week, since when? I mean, shit, fucking years. It's been years since it's traded above the 50-week, you know. But again, it's a counter trend trade, right? Bigger picture, it's a counter trend trade. But who gives a shit if you make money? What matters is your risk management. That's first and foremost. That's what I always will harp on is your risk management. You can have whatever type of trading strategy you have. I don't give a fuck. You can flip fucking 5 coins. You can flip a fucking Magnum condom, and if it lands on the back, you go short. Uh, it's all about your risk management. That's first and foremost. You're a risk manager first. You're a trader second. You know, people have different ways that they make money in the market, right? Some ways work for others. Some ways works for, and some ways don't work for others, right? It really you have to find that trading strategy that kind of just, fits your personality. Um, and for me, you know, you know, I'm mostly day trade scalper because like I ain't got time to sit and look at the screens all day because I have a job, right? So I don't want to sit here and have to keep fiddling back and forth managing my position. Yeah, the hardest thing is emotions, right? Yeah, yeah, absolutely. That's why you have to make sure you manage your risk because like it's so easy to get you fucked up on a trade if you take the trade and you take a big loss because then you're not going to want to get back into it, right? So again, like I go back to PSTG, like I said, it took me 2 tries to get this right, but when I got in on it, again looking at the 5 minute, I want to say I did try it. Where is it at? Where was that at? I did try it. Where the fuck did I try that? Can't remember where I tried that. I want to say I probably tried this candle. And then, yeah, I think I tried this candle. I tried this candle as it got brought up. And then I got stopped out. And then I got back in. Right? But if I would have took too big of a position, right? Like I said, I was only in 200 shares and I risked about 30 cents. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm okay to try to get back in, right? But if you take too big of a position and lose, your emotions are going to play a part that you don't want to take that trade again because you have that fear of missing again. I mean, the reason why I took this trade, I seen how it got brought up. Like, this candle was full at first. And then I was like, uh-oh, this doesn't look good. This doesn't look good. And I got stopped out. Right? I think I put my stop at 68.50. And I was in at 68.78. So I was risking like 25, 30 cents at the most. Right? And same thing. I took it again, risking another 30 cents. It doesn't work out. All right, cool. Right? But if you sit here and you bought here and you hold this all the way and then you finally cut, you're not going to want to try to take it again. So, I was in Toast before. I was in Toast at like 1650 years ago. I don't know what I think about Toast long term up here. I know I mean, I see Toast everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, they use Toast. They used to use Clover, which is I think Fisker. I don't know if this is gonna come up anymore. It doesn't ever come up anymore. Here it is right here. FISV. Hey, I'm doing a video. I'll be done in shortly. Like this. Have you ever seen if you ever go into a store and you see Clover, this is the company that owns Clover. Honestly, this might be a longer term buy. If you're gonna buy like a pay, nope, fuck no, not with 30 billion in debt. That's a no. All right, let's go back to Toast. I mean, anywhere in the 20s, I think is probably a better start position on it. Me personally, that's what I think. Let me go check out just a few things. I haven't dug into it in a while. So you said it's on the 20 on the monthly. Oh yeah, I mean it's below. I mean, it's sitting below. Like now, if it wants to reclaim, you want to buy it right there, and this picture stop at 33.50. Then shit, why not? Now you're just trading a monthly chart. I mean, shit. You know what? I might fuck around with that with you if you want to buy this off the monthly. You think about buying it? Yeah. My boy, he was actually a salesman for Toast, and this is where like it got on my radar because he actually used my resume to get the job. I was like, "Yo, I'm a fucking accounting major. How did you use my resume?" But he used my resume to get the job, and he did like a fantastic job in the Philadelphia area. I don't know if I want to say all that, but he did a fantastic job where you know where he lived at, and you know that's what brought it on my attention. Let me go check out some of their numbers. Yeah, I mean, man, this is a buy, bro. If you want to hold it, look at that, $18 million in debt, $1.86 billion in cash. So here we go. Right, turning a pot. Look at the net income. Right, turning a positive net income. Right, went from losing 200 million to gaining 200 million. That's almost 100% from 2019. Right, even from, yeah, this looks fucking good. Yeah. And that's just me just looking at little shit. I wouldn't really care about book value on a growth stock really. Let's go look at price to sales. Price to sales trading about 3 times price to sell. That's not bad either. I mean this earnings ratio is not the healthiest, but it's not bad considering it's a growth stock. Yeah, I think I think the way this looks doesn't look bad. Revenues continue to climb quarter over quarter. Well, actually, yeah, this is quarter over quarter. Let's go year over year. All right, 2.73, 3.87, 4.96. Yeah, bro. You know what? I'm probably gonna get on. I'm probably down to get on this. You know what? I think I'm down to get on this. I'm gonna go actually. What is this? What is this? The delis trading below the 200s, trading below the hundreds, trading below the 50. Do I want to buy this right here, right now? I might have to take a look at this. I might just trade it with you. Just buy some shares and trade and put my stop at this low. Or it's like $3. I mean, I wouldn't go batshit crazy on it, but you know, when's earnings? Earnings is not till February. Yeah, actually, you know what? I like this. Hold on, I'm gonna go ahead and get back in this right now. Hold on. Is that $35? Yeah, let me get some toast. I'm glad you brought that up, brother. What is this? Fidelity Trader Plus Mobile. I know they traded a year in Fidelity Traders mode. All right, what I got in here? All right, let me look up Sweet Green real fast. No, not Sweet Green. Toast. Yeah, I'm about to make this buy right on now. What's the? I'm putting in 35.24. Let me see. Yep. All right, just got filled. All right, I bought 13 shares. I put like $400 in it. It's more of a starter position. Actually, I like this longer term. So you know what? I'm probably gonna buy this dip already down. I like what I just saw there, and I might make a Substack on this actually. This might be a nice little buy down. What? Um, it's a nice, and this is a nice correction, honestly. Might add this to my new Substack review. Yeah, down 30%. All right. Cause you know what? Like I said, like this. And another one I'm probably gonna throw on my list is this GitLab. Um, GTL. I'm really familiar with GitLab. I do a lot of audit stuff with it. I mean, I review it from like an auditing perspective. And I understand like how it's used in like DevOps. Um, this is one I think you can potentially buy as well. Let's just look at some things. Okay, I love that. I love. Whoa, 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 whoa. They have no fucking debt. Zero debt. Buy. It's a buy. This is what I'm going to throw in the Substack, and I'm going to buy. Zero debt. They're in the dev environment. So like when you like want to like make like changes to like your Java, like Java or something, you can do a lot of that source code changes within their development tool, and then like push that change to production. Um, right, so you see it right here. Continuous integrate source code management, out of the box pipeline, agile development. Um, I wouldn't say it's similar to. Oh, and it, man, this is look where they at, bro. They in Dover, DE, bro. This is where Dell State's at. That's where I went to school at. There's too much of a connection for me. Fuck. I got any more money to sell? I don't know if I want to buy right now. I just bought some shit. I want to just go dropping money all over the place. But yeah, and it's based in Dover. I gotta find this company. Where the fuck? Maybe it's just I don't. Is that really headquarters in Dover? I don't remember fucking seeing GitLab in Dover. But yeah, that's zero. Yeah, this is one I'm probably gonna do a Substack on. And I like buying. And people like, man, you. That's the thing. Like when I long term buy, I don't give a fuck what the chart looks like. I think about what Warren Buffett said: buy good businesses at good prices. There's people that it's trading below the 200-day moving average. It's trading below the. All right, and that's how you miss out on Palantir at $6.75, and I sold it at $65. Yeah, I went to 200. I'm still pissed about that, but yeah, buy good businesses at good prices. And don't really give a fuck about the chart. If you're a long-term buyer, don't. You can sell off of technicals, but buying off of technicals from a long term, I don't see how you do that because you're not really evaluating the business. You're more just technically trading it. But yeah, this is a stock I'm interested in. Yeah, I love it down here in the 30s for sure. Yeah. I like what you said. I like this. I like this. But yeah, toast. Yeah, I like toast for a long term buy. Definitely if the business. I think another reason why they was going down was like all the restaurant stocks were getting fucking clapped, with the tariffs and shit that came out. What time is it? Gotta get ready to get the kids. Come on, man. But I start to see this a little U-turn on some of these. I don't know. This thing is moving like shit right now. Yeah, that might be my sign to get off here. How long have I been on here? 20 minutes? I can't tell. But yeah, like I'm in this sweet green. Um, my cost basis is 712, but I think I sold the $9 call, so my cost basis is actually a little bit much lower. Cause those are still those calls I sold are still down like 50%. Either way, I think I got a good price on this. But like I said, I started to, like that news came out where Trump said he was considering to lower tariffs on some of the stocks. I think no, some of the food that's out there, and that can be a bit for this. Got smoked on Kava. Yeah, Kava. I'm not too big fan of a Kava. Um, but shit, man, nice little U-turn. Yeah, it's all about where you buy, the price you buy it at. From a longer term perspective, like if you was thinking about buying Kava, this is a great fucking location to buy it at. That's where I want to buy it at. Right? Some people want to buy it up here. I like to buy it nigga, like fucking break lows. Like I want my price to be lower than the CEO price. Right? That's how I look at it. I want the same cost basis as the CEO got. Alright, and if it goes down, well, shit, he's going down with me. Fuck it. That's how I look at it. Give me those type of cost bases. That's why I like blood. If I want to get long term, like give me the blood. I want really low prices. Like CMG is getting there, man. You gotta remember this stock it split, right? It did split. But man, if it gets back into like COVID levels, like in the 20s, shouldn't me. This ain't a buy. This is COVID. No, this is COVID down here. God damn, no. $8. You be like, man, it's at 8. I would buy it. It only split once, I believe. I think it only split once. Yeah, it split once back here. I think it was like a 20 to 1 split, 50 to 1 split. God damn. So I mean, if it's a 50-1 split, you still got to do the math on this. That's right, $33 right now it's trading at. Um, 33 times 50. I mean, it's still trading at $1,600. True value. So, uh, at $8 now, right? Eight, right? If you say $8, 8 times 50, right now it's trading at $400, right? Now it's trading back here in 2017, where they had that nasty ass salmonella scare. Financials on this. Yeah, let's check this out. I know they're gonna have debt because they're in that restaurant business. Not the best though, and they did lose their CEO. I would probably have to do a little more digging on this company. Um, I think first thing I would look at would be uh, book value, right? Because it's not more. I wouldn't consider this like a growth stock anymore. I mean, it's book value is at 2.3. Um, so if it's trading at like $8, $9, you're trading around like 8 times book. What's their PE? I mean, PE still not down enough. I need this in the 20s. Because again, I wouldn't consider this a stock that's and it's still trading about 3 times price to sales. Again, I don't consider this a stock that's still like in that early growth stage and part of its cycle. Um, oh, yeah, because price to book is still 14 times. Yeah, I want to see that cut in half. I want to see both of these cut in half for me to even think about that. So yeah, yeah, I can see that being the case. Definitely with the way AI is working. And then again, like again, it's really I know like there's the job market is shitty. Cause like I'm in the Washington D.C. metropolitan area, and there's not a lot of jobs out here. A lot of people are still looking for jobs. So I can only imagine, people with less experience can find jobs. Definitely, you have, a lot of the AI shit that can do it now. Cause like I think like back in the day, when I would have a meeting, we'll just give the juniors, like hey, you got meeting minutes for today. Like meeting minutes means like you just take notes all day and you put it together. Now we can just fucking turn on a voice recorder and they'll take that information and they'll produce the meeting minutes. So like those juniors, like the tasks that they were used to be assigned, like doing PowerPoints and shit like that, and taking meeting minutes, like we got AI that can do it. So um, yeah, but yeah, man, that's really about it. Yeah, I don't really have a lot of good stocks. Like so, EMA is below price, right? So here's all the stocks that are trading below. I mean, stocks that are trading above their EMA on the daily chart, and we're gonna just take a little quick look at this. I would have loved for this. This is Google. Kind of gave you a little flag, but it didn't come back to where I wanted to see it. I wanted it, so I got to move this up right there for the EMA. Again, it's not that many great stocks. Right, these are your stocks that are trading above their moving averages. All right, so if I let me do this. All right, so here's your stocks that are trading above their moving averages, and we go over and look at the sectors. Just look at the stocks. Oh, I know they were supposed to report today? They did it. Oh, they did good. Okay. Thought this was a short. I did short this back here at 232, and I got a nice move down like 225. I think my target one was like 220, and the low was 221.96, so not too bad. But yeah, it's still not. It's not a bunch of great looking charts out here. Hey, what's this? Shopify? Like this Shopify doesn't look bad. It looks like it's ready to continue. Just not. I wanted to see it get. I probably need a couple sideways days. But like, yeah, just look at my watch list. I mean, it's not the typical stocks that I trade. And now if I add on something like this, right? Say if I throw on the SMA, right, simple moving average, and I'll leave it as the filter 50, and then I'm gonna throw on one more SMA. Then I'm gonna get out of here. All right, and I'm gonna throw on the 200, and let's see how many stocks we get then. All right, add, and then I'm gonna add. So I'm gonna do manual stock. So 50. All right, I want to do above the 50-day moving average. All right, and then I want to do manual setup. Hold on. What the fuck is it doing? I'm doing something wrong. Okay, price. I want price above, or let's just do above or equal to the 50. Let's do manual setups. Price above or equal to the 50. All right, so there's only 151 stocks right now that are trading above their 9 and 20 and above their 50-day moving average and 200-day moving average. All right, now let's go to EMA's above price, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to add on the 50 SMA, and we're going to add on the 200 SMA. All right, and we're going to do the same thing. Manual setup, price 50 above or equal to price, and we do manual setups 200 above or equal to price. So make sure, I'm gonna go back to the other one, make sure it's right. Fuck am I doing? Is this right? No, this can't be right. Oh no, this is right. Alright, so we have 134 stocks that I have on this that's, has a market cap of 500 million, right? Has an average trading volume of 1 million. We have 134 stocks that are trading below their EMA 9, 20, 50, and 200. Right? And we go back to here and make sure I had this right. $50 should be below or equal to, so I had that wrong. 50, man, you said 50 is below price. Okay, I'll take that back. Yeah, this is right. All right. So stocks, damn, this doesn't look bad. So stocks trading above their 9 and 20 and above the 50 and the 200, you have 559. All right. EMA's above price. And here we're going to have 134 that's trading below. Above price or equal to price. Above or equal to price. Yeah, that's right. All right, so I'll take that back. So I mean, there are more stocks that are trading above their EMA 9 and EMA 20 and 50 and 200-day moving average. But are those the stocks that you really trade a lot? Maybe not, but maybe these are stocks that we got to start looking at. And I think actually what I'm going to do tonight when I get a chance is I'm going to take a look at this, because like this is where your strength is at. You can see it. But go back over, not really the type of stocks you really trade. I mean, you have Tesla now, AVGO, you got fucking Caterpillar. But yeah, man, that's really about all I got for today. Tomorrow is Thursday. I have a meeting at 9:30, so won't be here at the opening session. Tomorrow I'll get to hit the mitts with my trainer. Been working on this 1-2 jab. slip, slip, hitting with the two, overhand left. Just little shit like that. But yeah, man, that's about all I got for you guys, man. Peace. God bless.